Hey everybody, ToneLock3902 here, back again, back from New York, back with the lovely hair color of orange, and this time I'm going to be going into a few games that are demos for some really interesting concepts, and this is the first one that I'm going to be doing. I think it's like the first of 3 demos that I'm going to be doing back to back to give you an idea of the game. And this one is called Ira, and as you can tell, this was at one point a Kickstarter game, but it's on Steam now. This is the demo for it, and I'll just read from the actual Steam page itself just to give you an idea. A child reaches for the stars, burdened by circumstance. Folks chained by debt, indentured to the powers at large. Mankind thrusts to the stars, following after a signal spanning the void of space and time itself. So, fairly safe to assume that this is a space adventure. So, looking forward to seeing how this goes. I think that this is a point-and-click setup, and if it is, then the Kickstarter still might be going on. If the Kickstarter is still going on for whatever reason, because this is also like an episodic game also. So if the Kickstarter is still going on, I'll link that in the description as well the Steam page. So, with that said, let's get into it. Please note the current contains okay, so this is like a pre-alpha demo, so, but, still have hopes for it. Still have hopes. The smell of rocket fuel hangs in the air, even this far outside of town. The year is 1932, and summer fades over the land surrounding Pilgrimage as launch day fast approaches. Anticipation fills the air, and the world's gaze is drawn to the tiny town as the final trains make their way into station.
Good evening. You're listening to Pilgrimage News Radio, where the words are as true as they are fresh. I'm Cuddy Copper, and I'll be your host tonight. The town is abuzz to the launch of the Holocene only weeks away, and the Pilgrimage will once again be thrust into the world's spotlight. Earth's first interstellar vessel will depart from...
Okay, first off, just for pre-alpha, visually, this is really good. I really like it.
The mystery of the lithic system.
Really liking
pick
this.
up your viewing tickets for the launch. There may be a few left if you have the pocketbook. In other news, the Martian mining season is once again upon us, and many listeners have noticed the influx of seasonal workers in town. Keep in mind that the world is watching, so please, let's all be on our best behavior, and save the hooliganism and rabble-rousing for the minds.
Rabble-rousing. It's got a very cinematic look to it, and speaking as a recovering filmmaker, I really like this. Well, it looks like it'll be just me and you riding the rest of the line, pal. Oh, okay, so we get to choose. Oh, okay, so just pick the least assholey response here. You and me both, pal. I hear there might be some work up north. Just a rumor, though. God. I have to actually exaggerate my already southern accent. Either way, types like you and me ought to be steering clear of Pilgrimage about now. What's so wrong with Pilgrimage? Well, you're not gonna find any work there, that's for sure. Not unless you plan on hauling it up to Mars. Intellico owns that town between the miners headed for Mars and the Holocene. It doesn't seem like the kind of place I'd like to get caught up in. Fair enough. The last ride out to Mars leaves soon, so miners are crawling all over that town. I know work's scarce, but damn. To be desperate enough to sell your soul to Intellico and go mining in the red sand? Poor bastards. Nobody will even notice them though. Everybody's got their eyes on the Holocene. All those rich folks heading into town for launch day, Intellico will be sure to keep types like us out of the way. It's just all profit. It's all just profit for Intellico. They don't care who has to suffer to make a buck. This is pilgrimage. Gateway to the stars. Gateway to nothing, if you ask me. The whole thing's a sham. Folks there are as poor as anywhere else. It's all a show. If you're living in that town, then Intellico good as owns you. Nope, there's nothing there for us, and there's nothing for us there in Pilgrimage. That town is a dead end. I do like the banjo music, though. Speaking as a country person myself, I do enjoy, I do like various types of music. But still, like I said, even if this is pre-alpha visuals, it looks really, really good. Still miles from town, a tiny farmhouse sits alone amongst the fields. A place a young boy named Ira calls home. Oh, Ira, hi there. I didn't hear you come in. Oh, okay. This is not bad. I'm just finishing up the car here. Did you need something? Is there anything I can do to help? Oh, thank you, Ira. Sure, I could always use an extra hand. I'm just trying to get the car back up and running before I run out of time here. Before I leave, I mean. I can't leave you and your mother here all winter with the car breaking down every couple of miles. Let's see. Well, I guess it's almost exactly a week away now. That Holocene launch pushed up our date. They're trying to get all the miners out before the press shows up. They want us hanging around. They don't want us hanging around spoiling the big departure, a new star, a new day. A lot of fuss about something that's not going to do any good for anybody, if you ask me. I know you're interested in all that Holocene stuff, Ira. Sorry. I just don't really understand the point. At least the car will be in good shape before I go. Could you bring me that wrench from above the workbench? I'm assuming this one. There we go. Now walk over to Father Dear. Just a few turns here. Alright, now I just need a fuel line to replace this one here. I think there's one out in the barn. Could you run out and see if you can find it? Go outside. The night air was crisp, a cool wind moving in from the north, catching up the last summer's warmth. Okay, now I'm going to assume that is the barn over here. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay, so point and click interface is good for this. So I'm assuming that the barn must be over this way. There's a tractor. So there we go. Barn. The darkness in the barn is thick, but moonbeams through the crack give just enough to illuminate a few boxes tucked in the corner. Something shifts in the upper loft, but it's out of view and concealed by shadows. Call up there. Ira's voice is swallowed up by the darkness. There is no response. Let's climb up to the loft and see what's up there. Ira climbs the sheer ladder to the upper loft and peers over the edge. The moonlight quickly falls off to blackness and nothing can be made out. Search the loft. Ira steps into the silent darkness, but even from this closer vantage, nothing can be seen. Memory tells him he must be near the fall well, but the feeling that of standing in an abyss. Let's try feel around the room. Ira's hands meet with a metal surface, smooth and cold. The object is large, taller than he can reach, and far too wide to put his arms around. It's sturdy and finely crafted, unlike anything else on the farm and that Ira has never experienced. Ira's hands continue to probe the object, and he makes contact with glass, like a small window looking out from this strange vessel. He lays his palm upon the glass, and a startling feeling of nearness to another person falls on Ira. He recoils at the sensation of this seemingly impossible, but in this darkness, reason has little place. Ira makes his way back down the ladder, unsure of what he has found, and his fear subsided as he distanced himself from the device. Oh, this is interesting. Mice scurry out of as Ira feels around the boxes. He tosses aside old oil-soaked rags, and his fingers quickly find the soft rubber hose. Ira tugs firmly, but is lodged between some rusted bits of junk and won't come free. He pulls again, harder this time, but the hose is lodged tightly. With one final heave, the hose comes free, but knocks boxes to the ground, sending its contents bouncing into darkness. Ira's fist tightly closed around the hose. His hand flies upward with force, bumping an old radio concealed by the shadows on the wall, jostling it to life. Ira looks around the darkness of the barn and is overcome with a feeling of unwelcomeness. He hurries out the door, hose in hand. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, run, go, Ira. This just got interesting. Indeed. Garage. Father dear, I have a hose. Ah, this damn thing. What? Oh, the hose, right. Hang on a second. The damn threads are stripped again. Cheap Intel trash. They make this garbage to last a month, I swear. Biggest company in the world, so the bastards think they can do whatever the hell they want. They send us off to sweat and bleed on Mars for next to nothing. If it wasn't for the Union, bad as things are now, before the Union, we'd have a death every day. Still, most of us can barely afford to buy gear that isn't about to fall apart. Can you believe it? We mine for them on that godforsaken planet, and we have to buy our own gear. It's a miracle we don't all die up there. But still, a lot of us do. A lot of good men don't come back. There are too many widows in this town because of that damn company. Son of a bitch, this has all gone to hell now. Oh. Well, I can't, it's fine, Ira. Everything's gonna be fine. I just can't think about that. Not right now. We're gonna be alright, all of us. Why don't you head in? Your mother might need a hand with dinner. And I think they're doing a special about the Holocene tonight on TV. You don't want to miss that, right? Go on inside, Ira. I just need to spend some more time out here getting this back together. No, it's not like that, Ira. It's not you at all. It's just everything else. I love you, son. I'll see you inside in a bit, okay? Alright. The yard outside grows too dark to see, and Ira is drawn to step inside. Okay, so... Oh, okay, I can just go inside. Oh... Ira? Oh, I didn't know you were asleep. That's alright, Ira. Not quite sleeping, just tired. I was gonna watch the special on the Holocene with you, remember? Just give me a few minutes. I need to wake myself up. Is everything okay? Of course, everything is fine, Ira. It's just been a hard week with your father getting ready to leave and all. It's nothing for you to worry about. Why don't you go watch your special? You can tell us all about it at dinner. Oh, I never did start dinner cooking. Could you go and do that for me? All you need to do is put the pot on the stove. Everything is made. After you do that, you can go and get your father so we can all eat. That would be lovely. Oh, it's just sad. I'll see you out there soon. I love you. Oh, this is sad already. We haven't even done anything yet. Okay, so no, that's the attic, so we don't need to go there. Kitchen. Alright, so we are in kitchen. Get the pot. And put it on the stove. I think, yeah. Oh, it's going to do it automatically. So, good. Don't worry about that. Now that I've got supper cooking, I should go get Dad from the garage. Okay, let's go get Daddy Dearest. Oh, okay, you could just hold down the left mouse button to just keep walking. That's interesting. I think a lot of other games do that, but okay, Mom does not seem to be there now. The sound of water floods the senses, washing away an old reality, leaving behind only the shell of Ira's former life. Oh! Memories ring out like echoes, fading into a slow procession of years gone by. The past decays and the future remains uncertain, time pressing forward blindly, unaware of its mortal passengers. The flow of hours turning into decades carries Ira down its twisting streams. He carries his father to distant Martian mines. It sweeps up his mother, his home, and his bearing. and it carries Ira to places he has never known. Wow. Ira finds that Ira finds what feels like stability washing ashore on the rigidness of a moment lost and alone. But a voice rises from within. It draws him back into the house like a sign of hope through the murkiness of this reality. Okay. There's a lot of poetic language in this. Not complaining, just saying. Oh my god, this is... The call grows louder, guy. Okay, I didn't even get to see that. Do I go up in the attic? Or do I... Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm assuming I go up into the attic, because I didn't get to see what that said. Oh. There we go. Oh, okay. The inner voice is clear now. It draws Ira up the stairs, promising escape. A familiar feeling comes with the attic's stale air, but it is fleeting. Okay. Radio. You get top 40? A distant voice rises through the radio static. Its tone familiar, but the words too muffled to make out. The sound is barely audible, but Ira finds comfort in the noise beneath the static. Closing his eyes, Ira focuses on the voice. Words reveal themselves. How can we know where we have been? Only by going backwards. It is where we have all come from, that much is true. But knowing what has been is not knowing at all. Do you know where you will be? Nothing is certain, no way is set. This is what I believe, yes. Your perspective is flawed, but you must know that. You wouldn't have come otherwise. You couldn't have come. You know where you are. Of course you do. You couldn't... You... Of course you couldn't know, could you? Wake up. Whoa. Okay. Ira's mind slips through the years, escaping time caught up in the void. But the mind reemerges, called back into the slow march of time after years of suspension. Ira's head throbs with pain. He can barely focus on a single thought. The room is familiar, but it is a distant memory. His mind is unable to recall why he knows this place or where or when he has been there, or been here. Central Terminal. I don't really know how long this is going to be, so I'm just going to play it all the way through. Errors, okay. Attempting bypass of faulty systems. Method failed. Please contact administrator. The elevator's power returns a crack of switch from above. Life returning to the terminal's dusty speaker, a voice emerges from the static. These rats again, destroying my ship wire by wire. Back, vermin! Flee from the sounds of my voice. I just repaired this unit, you miserable rodents. Although this is the first time the rats have powered up any systems, that is fascinating. Computer log. Record event on arrival of the lithic system. Rats have transitioned from wire chewing to attempts to utilize ship systems. Motivation unknown. Is there someone down there? You're not a rat at all! The ship's logs show that all the stasis pods gave out ages ago. It's a miracle. The crew is not dead. Please excuse my informality. Allow me to introduce myself. This is your acting captain, assumed commander of the Holocene II, master of this vessel. It's good to have you in my service. It's good to have anyone in my service, actually. Of course we're on a ship. You're aboard the Holocene II, crewman. This seems to be obvious information. Your mental state may be worse than I expected. How would you describe your current condition? I don't have any records of the sensations of being hit by a truck, but it is good that you are not holding on to memories of Earth. Nostalgia is a powerful antipsychotic. We'll keep a close monitor on your status. Please feel free to report any feelings of nausea, increased heart rate, hallucinations, or the sensation of death. Given our situation, I'm clearing you for duty. Congratulations. You'll have some catching up to do, especially after the incident, but I'm sure you'll rise to the occasion. What incident? Ah, yes, day one of the arrival of the lithic system. The ship's automated systems were compromised. The system is flooded with electromagnetic interference, which wreaked havoc on the electrical grid. By the time I assumed the role of captain, the stasis chambers had succumbed to the surge, but the ship was saved. I took control of navigation manually, just in time too. Our mission shall continue. Though we may be delayed by inconvenient massive loss of life among the crew. But you're here now. You're undoubtedly in a great state of confusion. Yeah? Allow me to reacquaint you with the Holocene II. As you can see, the stasis pods will not be in short supply. Wow. Though their occupants will need removal. Oh God! I can't imagine that will be a pleasant task. No, it won't! It will be a very unpleasant task. At least we'll be making good use of the airlock. Oh my God! Oh my God! Welcome to the greenhouse level, where your stress will melt away as you watch the fruits of your labor grow and propagate. Sorry. Speaking of which, you've been promoted to head botanist. What with the recent loss of the entire biology department? Congratulations! Don't be intimidated by the state of the place. I trust you'll be able to get things in good order in no time. I would suggest making it priority, though. Most of the food stores were vented into space 4 weeks ago. Yes! Oh. Moving along! Wow. So he's the only one here. That's interesting. Science! Welcome to the laboratory level. This is a research vessel, after all. State-of-the-art equipment should make light work of uncovering the many secrets of the lithic system. I can't seem to locate your scientific background in your file, but no matter. Take some time to familiarize yourself with the lab. Make yourself comfortable, and you should be ready to assume the position of head researcher. Again, congratulations! Though I must really insist that you don't touch the particle accelerator before reading the manual. Even then, please don't touch the particle accelerator. Don't worry about taking it all in at once. I have several volumes of system manuals somewhere. And you'll get there eventually. To the next level! This is sad, but it's also kind of funny. Ooh. And my pride and joy, the heart of the ship, the engine's core. At my disposal, here is the power to bridge the stars, to travel vast distances at great speed, to conquer the expanses. The power would corrupt the mind of a lesser captain, but I assure you, you're in good hands. Just look at it! Take its awe-striking potential! This is exactly several pay grades above your clearance level. Why am I allowing you to see this? As your captain, I order you to erase your memories of this place. Do you even know what you're saying? Of course! Our journey is nearing its end. You're about to enter the upper deck of the Holocene 2. This is the 1082nd day of the orbit of Hermes on the outer rim of the Lythex system. This is our designated rendezvous point with the crew of the Holocene. Protocol dictates that we await docking instructions from the crew on the surface, which has yet to arrive. Well, in a manner of speaking, yes, I'm not per se alive, but I am still your captain. I expect to be treated as such. I am the Z-120 automated control system for the Holocene 2. Okay? You're just a computer? Well, yes, that is true. But I am fully capable of fulfilling my duties despite my limited physical form. Besides, crewman, with you here, the manifest has doubled. Now our mission is sure to succeed. Okay, bridge interface, and let's just take a look. Okay. I realize you're curious, but please try not to break anything. Loading console systems. Okay, okay, I guess, communications. Let's try that one. In the static, a sound emerges, a sound that was still ringing in the back of his mind. It flows through Ira's body. That interference has been flooding all of the standard radio channels since we arrived. It has made maintaining ship control something of a challenge. The worst part has been maintaining a stable orbit. Our sensors require radical adjustments to make any sense of navigational readouts. It also may be what killed everyone. You must be mistaken. It is quite impossible for you to have heard this sound. It is localized to the Lythex system, and you only just woke from stasis. Perhaps you're not hearing the signal clearly. Allow me to amplify the receiver. The interference has caused another power surge. Life support has gone critical. You need to evacuate. Okay. Okay. There's one lander craft that's functional. It should be able to access the door. Do not waste time. Atmosphere vent could vent at any moment. Run to Hall. I'm accessing the door's controls. Almost there. There, the door is open. Run! This is interesting. Oh. The system's interference is blocking planetary transmissions. I'm scanning the surface for signs of settlements. We're descending too fast. We need to decrease our speed. Okay. Brace for impact! Oh, okay. Oh, wow. This is awesome. Act 1, Pilgrimage. Well, is that all? Ira. Yeah, I think that's it. Join us on Kickstarter. Quick. Replay. Alright, well everybody, that was the Act 1 for demo and the demo of Ira. Again, I'll link all the information down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you again next time. Bye.